Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I think they're doing it. I think they are changing the classic arena. I just want to run through the info that's out there. It's not a lot, but I want to run through it because it's going live now. And I just want to try and help people make the most of what's being done. Okay, so I'm past the Arbiter missions. I'm on to old Ramantu, etc., whatever that fella's name is. But the Arbiter missions are, or were, really good fun, and they're also a good kind of like tracker for where are you in the game. Now, all of that fell apart when it was almost impossible to get out of Bronze Arena and then Silver Arena unless you had crazy good knowledge or crazy champs. So they have released this statement. This came out a little while ago. We've been receiving quite a number of questions concerning the current state of affairs in the arena. Yes, a lot of content creators. I've been leading the charge. I know Ash has been talking about this a lot. I know that basically everyone's been like, not everyone, most people have been like, look, for a newer player, they need to have a more fun experience in the arena to make them want to push on to those higher tiers. And at the moment, it's literally like, wow, first step on the ladder and I'm getting slam dunked. So what they've said here, we want to elaborate on our plan. The ultimate goal is to make progression into bronze and silver easier so that the arena in these tiers becomes less of a head against wall bashing exercise, which is exactly what it is right now. Matchmaking adjustments. The changes will only concern tweaking the matchmaking in bronze and silver. So gold is still going to be as competitive as it is now. Honestly, I feel like it's a definitely step in the right direction. I feel like bronze should be pretty comfortable for someone who's been playing the game for a few weeks. I feel like silver is then that next step up. You need to actually start to understand some strats to get through it. But ultimately, once you've built the basic strats, you should get through it. And then gold should be, I still feel like it should be a bit of a tiered entry into gold. You know, gold 1, okay, they should implement a bit of an easier run up to gold 4, where actually it should just be a case of, look, now you've got to get good at this. Now you've got to understand exactly what you should be doing. You should understand how to fight different types of teams, and you should have a wider roster to be able to deal with that. That's pretty much where I think it should be. It's still a shame, though, that some of the missions are gated as they are, and it's also tough when the Great Hall is completely gated behind this, but doesn't look like any of that's going to change right now. So they've said here, we'll still be filtering the opponents in these tiers, we're talking bronze and silver here, by the player's account power and level. Now, this is really important to understand what they're doing, okay? They're already doing this, but they're going to tweak it, I guess, so that if your player power, and by that, what do we mean? We're talking about this player power here. Mine's 11.7 million, okay? I would have a torrid time in bronze. But if you're a newer player, you'll have a lower player power. How's player power built? Well, actually, you can see it here when you click in. You get a certain amount of power through your champions, through artifacts, through the Great Hall, yeah? So the more champions that you own, and the more artifacts that you own that are rolled up and have got substats, the higher your player power becomes. Yeah, so if you go out and farm hundreds of items and just leave it there without selling any of them, your power goes up. Now, certain stats have a much higher player power than others. Yeah, so if you've got someone, let me see if I've got a high resistance champion anyway. I think my Raglan is. Okay, so my Raglan here has got like 500 resistance, a reasonable amount, 75k power. She doesn't have any crit rate in her build. If I had crit rate in her build as well, her player, let's just do it for fun. Crap pair of gloves there. Let's put on some crit gloves with resistance on. Watch my player power now. So we're going from 75, 570. All I'm doing is swapping gloves out, not for a better star rating pair of gloves or anything. All I'm doing is upping crit rate and upping resistance. Yeah? Watch this. Oh, come on, game. Work with me, game. Go again. Crit rate with resistance, these ones. So 75k has now gone up to 85k. I've just gained 10,000 player power because I've equipped someone with crit rate gloves and resistance. Now, your account player power is what matters, not your team player power. Okay, so you just need to think about it. If you don't, blow out and get a load of new champions and just throw them in the vault, then potentially you're upping your player power. If you go and farm a load of gear and roll it up to 16 and it's trash, you're upping your player power. If you're collecting a load of resistance items that you've rolled up to level 12 and then you just leave them sitting around and you're never going to use them, you're upping your player power. So just bear it in mind, because it is going to affect how difficult it is for you to progress through these things. And the longer you've played the game and the higher your level is, I guess there's going to be more of that taken into account as well. Okay. I guess, which makes sense. The more you've played the game, your knowledge should have improved, and etc. So it will be easier in bronze. As you progress for silver, it's going to get harder. And I guess the variation between your player power and who you're facing will start to broaden, and it's going to get tougher. And when you get to gold, we will not filter. We do not filter opponents by account power here at all. Okay, so you'll see a massive spike when you get to gold. This is an interesting point. Defensive battles will implement a flexible system to prevent players from being demoted to the lower tiers too quickly by losing defensive battles in silver and bronze. Again, doesn't affect gold. So basically, I guess what they're going to do, again, we've not seen the details of this. Nothing has come through for us in like creator chat or anything like that. I'm showing you basically what's out there for everyone. But if you see here, my defense log, if I've lost any, so I'm losing like 11 points. I pretty much lose what I win in defense in gold. I imagine when you're in bronze and silver, these minus points are going to be much less. Maybe like 6 or 3 if they do it well. So that's actually a good change. That's a good change. It should make quite a difference so that you're not just free falling back down as soon as you've got yourself up to a half decent tier. It's logical to assume the higher your tier, the greater the number of points you can lose. Yeah, and that does make sense. So it doesn't look like they're dramatically changing much, but at least bronze and silver should have a bit of an easier ride, we're hoping. I'm still not sure that account power and level are really that great, are really the right things to do matchmaking from, honestly, but there you go. Is what it is. Last but not least, when these changes take place, which is happening right now, it's still a competitive game area. We still want it to be competitive. Make sure you watch your favorite YouTubers to gain strats. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Whatever. Look, I've got strats out there, but pretty much, yeah, I've got plenty of strats out there. There's plenty of strats out there, and there's other people that specialize in this stuff who also do a good job. But ultimately, what do you want to be doing? You want to be getting your speed champion as fast as you can. You want a speed lead aura for arena in your team. Ideally, you then either go into a second champion who's fast again, or a second champion who slows them down in some way or controls them. Then you want to try and drop their defense. And then you want to bring in a Trunda and drink your cup of tea, knowing that she's going to demolish everything in its path. So, look, guys, hopefully it's a step in the right direction, because it's the one area of the game which has been like a lacking. It's coming in now. What do you guys think of the tweaks? I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.